Okay. Okay, guys, namaskaram. So let's do the Guru Mantra about 3 times and then we'll continue. Okay. Om Gurave Nama. Om Gurave Nama. Om Gurave Nama. Okay. So, um, now, one of the key things I wanted to cover, and don't take it lightly because this is a really important concept, okay? The 19th nakshatra from your either the moon nakshatra or the Janma nakshatra, okay? And the reason being a because it is of course the bhagya, it's the trine nakshatra, okay? So that helps quite a lot in terms of like wherever it is placement. The ninth is always the planets in the ninth house, the planets from whether it is from Aruda or it is from Lagna or it is from any Lagna, even in the Navamsha, the planets in the ninth house, or from even from the Karakamsha, that is the Atmakaraka in the Navamsha, they will always give you a lot of protection. Okay, they are kind of, they oversee, they are they behave as a natha is like a protector. Okay, so that is, it's the root of it is stemming from there. So from wherever you're, and especially from the moon nakshatra, wherever it is, the ninth house, which is the 19th nakshatra, is the bhagya nakshatra. Okay, at this point we won't worry about the padas and all that, but just to suffice that if the 19th nakshatra is going to be a huge protector, and one of the key things that you can do is do activate the symbolism. Okay, now what do I mean by symbolism? So for example, right, Bharani, if your 19th nakshatra is Bharani, which is the second nakshatra, or so you can make the symbol of the triangle. Okay, now, the triangle is one of the very key symbols for Bharani because it represents the female womb, the vagina, and but of course, you can't start putting symbols of the female vagina. That'll be a little bit weird. But the triangle is a very powerful symbol for Bharani, and it's an inverted triangle. Okay, and you can even put the symbol of the deity. Uh, the deity, in my view, the deity is, it's okay. The mantra is also all right, but the symbolism is actually very powerful. Okay, so, so now you have a little bit of homework. Why don't you guys research what your symbolism is in terms of the 19 nakshatra, either from the Lagna or the moon, preferably the moon, because the moon is what keeps you aligned with everything. Without, you need the moon support all the time. Okay, so that is one. Now, if I don't know if anyone, did anyone see this particular, anyone? Did you guys see this? No? In the main groups? Maybe I did not copy it over to this group.
Yes, Sana. Hello, I have seen it. Yes,
Yeah, we
definitely.
can see it. Thank
Yeah.
yes, Sana.
So,
Yeah.
did anyone understand what here we were trying to do? If you analyze it here, okay, this is Swami Vivekananda, okay, and his moon, as you can see here, it is in Hasta, okay. The 17th one, sorry, the 13th one I don't know why the degrees are coming. I have to get rid of the degrees. The 13th nakshatra and the third pada, that's 13th is the hasta, okay? So now the ninth from there, it is natural that it is going to be in the sixth house in Taurus, okay? Now, when you look at, Swami Vivekananda, his name also begins in lies in the sign of Taurus. Can you guys see here? Yeah? And everybody, you all can see, right? It's in a Taurus. Let me see. The Nama Akshara is in the fourth. It's in Rohini, okay? The third pada. And Ketu is also in Rohini, okay? So the ruler of Ketu, the nakshatra ruler for Ketu, which falls in Rohini nakshatra, which is the fourth. Antot, can you see Antot here? Let me
Ah,
just,
yes, yes, I
yeah.
am seeing. Yeah.
So here, okay. So I think one of the key things you guys need to get used to is the numbering of each of these nakshatras, because that's my endeavor for all of you to get super familiar with each of the nakshatras, okay, the numbering. And so the Hasta moon is the ruler of Hasta is also the moon, okay? Moon himself, okay? And here, when you think about Rohini, from the Nama Nakshatra, which is in Taurus, which is also in Rohini, and from Ketu, it is also in Rohini. It is in perfect trines to the moon. So what does that tell us? That means automatically from Hasta, Rohini will be the 19th nakshatra, is it not? Everybody
Yeah,
getting this?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if
How
you,
would we
I'm
count
has
it? How do we
I'm
okay,
count
has
okay,
it?
okay, wait. Let me just do this. Okay, how will we count it? Simple. Okay. Let me get you the um for because we haven't done, but I wanted to just introduce this because this is really important. Let me get you my little slide from, if we look at the slide from Hasta, from, I should have put that actually, because that would be very easy for all of you. So Hasta is the 13th. Yeah, okay, let me copy over this. Okay, there we go. Can everybody see here?
yes,
Can
yes, yes.
all of you see here?
Yes.
Yes. So if you can see here, right? From Hasta, what is this is from, if you count like this, from Janma, all of these, because we will be covering this chakra throughout the year. This will be the chakra we will cover in depth. Okay, so if you look at the Janma, which is the first one, okay, which is in Hasta, and then the 14th one is Chitra, okay, and then all of it you continue. This comes to the eighth one and the ninth. The Mitra is the eighth, and the ninth one is Atimitra, and the 10th one is Shravana. Okay, so this first column, which is the Janma Tara Nakshatra, is always going to be in trines. So Hasta in trine to Shravana and in trine to Rohini, and they are all ruled by the moon. Okay, is that clear, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the moon, and in fact Mercury is in Shravana. So you can see here Mercury is in Shravana, so that is very powerful. Okay, is Venus also? No, Venus is not in Shravana, it's in Uttarashada. Okay, so anyway,
So the so
Mercury
the
is,
the 19th nakshatra will always lead back to a trine, right?
Yes, yes, of your natal rulership, of whatever the Janma
Natal nakshatra was.
Yeah. So if
Okay.
you have planets there, if you have, like in Rohini, his name nakshatra, the last week, I think we did all about the Nama Akshara, right? So in Taurus, the name Vivekananda, V sound, falls under Taurus, okay? If you can recall back, anybody recalling this or not? Or all of you have forgotten this? Okay, let me go
Not
back.
really, yeah.
Okay.
So he was named astrologically. His name was selected, not given randomly. At
Um,
birth, did his parents consult or knew exactly what to call him?
no, actually, I don't know. I don't know. His original name was, I think, Nagendra, or if somebody can Google it, it's something Narendra. Sorry, Narendra. Narendra. Okay, that was his birth name. Okay, so from Narendra, the sound nurse falls in Scorpio. Okay, you can see here. Okay, now, after he got initiated, obviously by his guru Ramakrishna, he was named Vivekananda. The verse sound Vivek, verse sound falls under Taurus. Okay, this is Taurus. Everybody understanding this, yeah? Because this is Vrishabha. By now, I think you need to be familiar and don't want to keep saying that Vrishabha is Taurus, because it is Taurus. Okay, so the verse sound
Wow,
falls under
clear.
Taurus. Yeah. Hi, Raul. So the verse sound falls under Taurus. Okay. So when we talk about uh, now you know that is why Vivekananda, the Nama Akshara for Vivekananda is in Taurus here. Okay, it is highlighted here, and the 4 by 3, that is Rohini. The fourth one is Rohini. The number 4 is Rohini, which is in the 19th one. If you count from the Janma Nakshatra Hasta, it is the 19th one. Okay, so that's easy, right? So that shows that Ketu, and after his name change happened from Narendra, which is in Scorpio. If it was in Scorpio, it would have been in the 12th house. There would have been no connection to his moon. There would have been no connection to Saturn. Nothing. You see, there would have been absolutely nothing. Instead, it would have gone in the 12th house. But here, immediately, it is with Ketu. It is in a very powerful trine. It's called the Bhagya trine. Bhagya is your luck. The whole 19th constellation, which is Rohini, has got suddenly activated. And what did he do? What was his prime activity? Because had his name continued being Nagendra, it would have conjoined Rahu, right? In the 12th house. But that's not no joy there, because his main activity was Ketu, don't you think? What was he? He took sannyas. He was like the most iconic figure in the Western world, bringing the Vedanta and the knowledge of the Vedas into the West. If you go to Chicago, that was his first religious convention, world religions, that he addressed, in, I think it was some 1850s or something like that. So that was like the West was completely blown away. They had no idea, when he came to Chicago, and he came through very arduous conditions. So you see that Ketu and his name and fame completely got activated. It doesn't matter even if the Ketu is in debility, but it is in a very powerful Bhagya Nakshatra. So
Yeah.
you see the power of this. The Bhagya one, the 19th one. This is the 19th, this is the 10th, and this is the first, right? And each of these are called the paryayas. Prathama paryay, Dvitiya, and Tritiya paryay. Paryay is a cycle, 1 to 9, then 10th to 18th, and then from 19th to 27. They are all paryayas. They are all cycles and they have different signification. So the third paryay, or it's the 19th constellation, which falls under the same birth constellation, is one of the most powerful for activating it. And if you use a symbolism, you will be very, very much remembered. It will put you in absolute alignment to your path. And that is the power of this constellation. Now, if you see, he designed the logo. This was the logo of the Ram Krishna Mission, which is the mutt he formed as per his guru's instructions. Now, if you look at the symbolism, okay, look at the swan, look at the lotus flower. Each of this has got a symbolism. But the main thing is the Ketu. The Ketu energy. Look at the beautiful tail here and the snake here. And the whole thing is encapsulated in that. Isn't that a beautiful Ketu energy? And the sun represents his Atmakaraka, which is in his Lagna.
How do you associate it with Ketu?
Because it's Rahu and Ketu are the sarpas. They are the snakes, right? The nodes are the snakes, right? So Ketu is a great naga. So this is what it is. Everybody getting this symbolism, how powerful these are? Okay? And
May I please ask you a quick question, Sonal?
yeah.
So my 19th nakshatra is Uttarabhadrapada. It is number 26, and it is ruled by Saturn. And I have got a question about the
One sec,
symbolism
how is it Uttarabhadra? Where is your moon in?
in Pushya.
So how is Pushya and Uttarabhadrapad. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I thought
It's
it was
okay.
yes,
So
yes.
yes,
Okay, got
it
it.
is ruled by Saturn. Yeah.
Yes,
And
indeed.
my question is about symbolism of this nakshatra, because it has got three symbols. One of them is the twins. Also, so the other one is, I think, a snake in the water. And the third one is back legs of cot.
Of the funeral cot, yes.
Yes, funeral cot. Yes. Thank
Yeah,
you,
but
Isabel.
the back legs of the funeral cot is not something you would really use. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's like a one. But the other two, who's the deity for Uttara Bhadrapad?
So as
I-
for the date, I don't remember.
Хербудняя.
Yes. And so he's like the deep sea snake, right? Beautiful Naga in the deep sea. He's a very strong Rudra avatar. So you have to pick a symbolism of that. You have to research further. I mean, I will
I
give
will.
there. I will, as we progress to Uttara Bhadrapad, no doubt, I will be giving you all the symbols. But you have to also do some proactive searching, guys. It's like in some way, shape, or form, you have to bring that nakshatra in. Okay, that is what I'm trying to tell you. Um, uh, yeah, so that is my main focus here to do this because, and if you're lucky, if you have a planet there, okay,
No, I don't have.
Mm.
yeah, but that doesn't matter. From maybe you have something from the lagna. What's your
No,
lagna? What nakshatra it is in?
Uttara Ashada.
Okay, so that is ruled by the sun. And
Yes.
what's in trines? What's in the ninth house? Mangal.
Yeah.
What?
In Chitra. Mango is in Chitra.
Okay, so that's in Mangal's nakshatra, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's also not there. So but you have to have a look at what is in trines, because that will give you a very good clue as to what works here. So now, if you look at, is everybody understanding this? Yeah. So now if you look at, from even from Mercury, okay, sorry, not from Mercury, let's look at it from his lagna, okay. His Lagna nakshatra is Purva Ashada, which is ruled by Venus, but he doesn't have much happening in the Venus thing. What about the Atmakaraka? The Atmakaraka is in Uttara Ashada, and Venus is in also Uttara Ashada. So
Mhm.
that's not so, and his yeah, so he doesn't have much in terms of the lagna, the ninth one. But what he also does have is Mercury, you see. From Mercury, where is his? Yeah, from Mercury, his moon is in the trines, it's in the 19th constellation, you see. And what does Mercury tell us? If Mercury in the second, what will it tell you? Will it give you good speech?
Yeah.
Very good speech, right?
Yes.
Yeah, especially if it is with Venus, very nice, very powerful speech, you know? And that's what, when he addressed the convention for the first time in the West, in America, he addressed everyone brothers and sisters. Everybody just got up and did a standing ovation, because
Well,
nobody, they had never been addressed as not boys or girls or ladies and gentlemen, but brothers and sisters. That's
Well,
amazing.
I think the significance was that everyone was talking in terms of their philosophy, um, their group, their religion, their point of view. And so when they speak like that, they're really addressing their own audience and creating division within the audience.
Yeah,
And so by him saying brothers and sisters, it broke that division, it broke that silence.
yeah.
It broke that silence, it broke the division, and it forced everyone to see each other as relative to each other and not as enemies or something you have to fight against or win over.
Yeah, absolutely,
It
absolutely.
puts
And as
everybody on the same platform, the same plane.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
and, and that was never done before. That was shocking
Yeah,
and
correct.
revealing
So
at the same time.
yeah, yeah, totally. So you see, that Mercury was very powerful, and it was with feeling, he said. So obviously the moon kicked in, and moon is always people orientated, totally people orientated. So so you can see the power in his speech, and moon and trine to Venus is also very powerful in his speech. So essentially, what I'm saying is that look at this very closely and remember that he had crossed the boundaries of his nation and the entire philosophy, and bringing a completely something which was going to blow the minds of ever since in the West. And that is, anything to do with crossing the boundaries is always Rahu and Ketu, because they will always go beyond the borders, they will always cross the borders. And especially this is even more relevant today in the modern times, because we are like, literally, we are a single planet. Something happens and within seconds we come to know what has gone in, just through the media and all kinds of stuff. But that also it's a double-edged sword. It also has a very negative implication as well, because there's also so much of fake news equally, which brings in very high levels of anxiety in everyone, and high levels of mental distress, whom to trust, what to trust, how do you use your intelligence. So anyway, we will come to that in a little bit. So you are understanding this very key concept here, which I want you guys to use, And at the end of it, you will want to do an exercise, and please do this. And similarly, when we look at Ramakrishna, right? Now, if you look at Ramakrishna here, even Paramahans, even he had, let's say, his moon is in Purva Bhadra, ruled by Jupiter, right? And as you can see here, Purva Bhadra and trines to that. Is there anything in trines to Purva Bhadra? Yes, it's Ketu again in Vishakha. So you see, Ketu is in Vishakha. So it is in a trine combination. Okay. Now, like I said before, it depends on the pada. So don't say, oh, but Sonal, it's in the 10th house. How is it trines? We are we are talking of nakshatra trines, okay? Nakshatra trines. So please make, if let me pull out the Purva Bhadra chart for him so that you guys can get it, okay? Because I can see right now it's too early for you guys to uh, calculate it mentally. But if you can tell me, where is Purva Bhadra? What is the uh, not deity, the lordship for Purva Bhadra? Anyone? We just did a minute ago.
Aja Ekapada.
Huh?
Purva berada pada Aja Ekapada. Utara berada pada Ahibahini.
No, 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 no. I'm saying, who is the ruler of that?
Oh,
Jupiter.
sorry.
Yes, it's Jupiter. Okay. That's what I've been asking. Okay. So let me pull this one here. Number 25. Why have they started with the crackers so early? Oh, okay, where did it go? There we go. Okay, there we go. So here we go. So everybody can see this, right? If you look at his Purva Bhadra, okay, the 16th nakshatra, which is Vishakha, is actually his 19th Bhagya Nakshatra. So can everybody see this? Yeah. Guys? Nobody can
Yes.
see this?
Yes, I can see some of them.
Yeah. Okay. So that's quite good, isn't it? So if you look at it, it is in the fourth pada of Vishakha, which is in Scorpio. Okay. Now the thing is, because it is, if had it been third pada, definitely it would have fallen under um uh Libra, under Tula. But because it's a Jupiter nakshatra, Purva Bhadra, the whole row is Jupiter, Punarvasu and Vishakha. So there is always going to be a thing about that it is always going to be that rulership of the all the three Jupiter nakshatra is Khandita. That means one part, as far as the signs are concerned, three parts are in a previous sign and one part is in the next sign. That is a speciality of the Jupiter nakshatra. Now I'll give you one more homework. Find out which other um, trinal constellations ruled by a particular planet has, like we saw here, Jupiter. If you take Purva Bhadra as well, part of the Purva Bhadra is in Aquarius and the others lie in Pisces. Similarly, the with Gemini, okay? Punarvasu lies, three padas lie of Punarvasu lie in Gemini, and one pada of Punarvasu lies in Cancer. Similarly, the third one, which is Vishakha, the 16 constellation, three padas in Libra and one pada in the water sign of Scorpio. So you see, all three of them have this brokenness, okay, khandita, from the air signs with one pada, with a few padas into the into the what do you call, water signs, okay? So that is a really important thing. We won't focus on this now, that why it is so, Jupiter is so beautiful, but then it also has something to do with karma, because they have a specific karma regarding those broken signs, two signs, they're forming a little bit of a bridge, okay? So here, if you look at the Ketu, which is literally in the Bhagya Nakshatra, 19th from there in Vishakha, it is in a very brilliant position. It is in the 10th house in Digbal. It is absolutely in its own sign. It is in Digbal. And everything about the Ketu is what the work that he did. It's all about his spiritual devotion, deep seated need. He was a priest, he was even though he was one of the finest ascetic yogis, but yet he was also married, and he completely had utmost devotion to his wife, who later on presided over the Sharda Math. Okay, so you see, both Vivekanand Swami, where he was his disciple of Ramakrishna, both of them had from their moon the Bhagya Nakshatra as Ketu. How brilliant is that? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the Lagna, okay, let's move to the Lagna. Is the 24th Nakshatra, so is Surya, 24th, Shatabhishaj, okay? Both of them, and they are ruled by Rahu. But what is the ninth from there? Aha! It is the Lagna Lord himself, Shani, which is in the constellation of Swati, ruled by Rahu. So again, we have the same scenario even from the Lagna and from Surya. Surya is a sort of like an Atmakaraka, really, because it is like the it is your sole purpose, especially if it is in the Lagna, very, 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 for them, everything, the truth is important, okay? And so from him, it was even the Lagna Lord is in the same constellation, the 19th Bhagya Nakshatra. Isn't that brilliant, right? So that explains a lot about his fame and all of that.
Jupiter is also in Adra in trines.
Ah, of course. But then it is in trines, but it's not in the Bhagya one. It's in the
Oh.
Karma Nakshatra. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter is in Punarvasu in the Karma Nakshatra. Now, karma is a different kettle altogether. We are not tackling karma. Karma nakshatra, planets in karma nakshatra are very powerful. They will give you the focus of life. But here we are talking of Bhagya. So, yes, indeed, he has an absolutely fantastic trine, Moon, Jupiter, and Saturn. Par excellence. There is no doubt about that. Absolutely, sorry, Moon Ketu, and from the Lagna and Sun, it is Jupiter and Saturn. Absolutely, there is no, two ways. Very, very brilliant. In fact, even from Mercury, it is the same because Mercury is also in Shatabishaj, nakshatra.
Sonal, may I ask you something? Sorry, probably I miss it. What does it mean that under Saturn there is a NA? What does it mean
That's the
that
Nama nakshatra.
Ah.
So the
we
word,
haven't done it?
we haven't done what? We just did last week. Ram.
It's about the sound. Okay, sorry, I didn't revise. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't revise.
No, no, at all. Okay.
I can go back to the slide. I don't want to waste too much time. Okay. Oh, better baby. No. Okay. If you look at there we go. If you look at the Hoda chakra, we are talking of R sound, right? Look at this R sound. It is in, where is it in? Tula?
Mm-hmm.
So it is in Libra, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Ramakrishna would fall under Libra, right? Where his Saturn is. But it is not it's in the 14th constellation. So it's not quite in that particular constellation. I don't know why they have put it there, but never mind. Anyway, so let's move on, okay? So you got this concept. So two very, very powerful charts, okay? Now, anyone has any of the combination like this?
I have.
You do?
Yes, I have my Janma Nakshatra is Janma Moon Nakshatra. It is Ashwini, and I have Jupiter in Mula.
Oh, very nice. And so Jupiter is in Mula, right?
Yes.
And what do you think? How has it manifested? Have you activated it?
I think not fully, but learning it is from the very early age.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is the symbols of Mula? What does Mula mean in Sanskrit?
Roots.
Yes. So roots, and if you have like a necklace with a little like a locket where you can put some root in it, Now what kind of root is one big question, but if you put certain roots of especially if it's like a coriander and all, it will be a very powerful
Protection.
activator for that Mula.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you
Right.
so much.
Yeah, you're
for the
welcome.
hints.
So,
And Sonal, and if you don't have any planet in the
you just use, that's why the symbolism. You
symbol.
activate
Okay.
it. Yes, activate it using the symbolism, activate it using the mantra of the deity, the Vedic deity. That is one
Okay,
of the
great.
yeah. Okay.
Good. So, I mean, question. I'm Ashta as well. I don't have anything in Rohini, but I have a picture of a picture of related to Rohini. The symbol could be a chariot, or maybe even by a car could activate the nakshatra.
One of the symbols of Rohini is a carriage, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Because I'm thinking to buy a car. Yeah.
But car is not a
So you
quite a
would.
carriage. But
I know, but we don't have carriage in our era. No?
yeah.
So it's a vehicle.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so the Gayatri mantra should be really good for me.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Lovely. Thank you.
But
Yeah.
wouldn't a car be a modern carriage?
Yeah, it would be. I think in a way,
Yeah.
yes. But then everybody has a modern carriage. Nowadays, like every household has got two to three cars. Does that mean all of the Rohinis kind of activated? Can we really say that? I don't know. You tell me. We are all mini Rohinis, are we? Getting activated? Tell me. Um, you know. So, yeah, so think about this, okay? So you may have to find like a kind of a little bit more specific symbolism. Okay, so now this is a mantra which is, I have found it's very powerful. And I think, especially, I think Oksana may have been waiting for this, okay? So, this going into the new year, okay, if you have any kind of debts to pay off, any kind of, you feel people have done black magic, have done, buri nazar, have done some kind of evil eye, and you are like in legal problems, legal troubles, there's like an ongoing battles with few people who don't like you. This particular mantra done every Tuesday, okay, is going to be a very powerful one. Just do it for 9 Tuesdays. I would recommend a mala because I think it is so powerful. You've got to just go for it. So the mantra is Om Sarva Shatru Nashaya Vidmahe Mahaviraya Dhimai Tanno Chanda Bhairav Prachodayat. Okay? So everybody got that? Om Sarva Shatru Nashaya Vidmahe Mahaviraya Dhimai Tanno Chanda Bhairav Prachodayat. Okay? So it's supposed to be very, very powerful, but I would love you guys to try it. You have nothing to lose other than a few minutes on every Tuesday, only 9 Tuesdays.
What's the meaning, Sonal? It's about Beirav.
Sarva Shatru Nasha is all the enemies,
Certainly. Okay.
Troy. It is a Gayatri every time Vidmahe and Dhimai comes in. Dhimai is our intellect. And then Tanno Chanda. Chanda Bhairav is one of the most fierce Chanda Bhairavs, associated with the Chandi. And then Mahaviraya is the great courageous soul. Okay? So
Okay.
that literally sums it up. So it's a Gayatri because whenever Vidmahe, Dhimai, and Tanno and Prachodayat come into the picture, it is a Gayatri. So it is a Gayatri to remove all the evil eye, court battles, and all kinds of destruction, whoever is giving you issues.
So now, do we have to do it in the morning or in the evening?
I would say in the morning because it's a Gayatri. But by all means, do it even in the evening. But at least just stick with it consistently for 9 Tuesdays and one mala. Okay.
After our Ganesh mantras as well, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
But it is a very powerful one. And you have, like I said, nothing to lose other than 9 Tuesdays, few minutes. I'm sure you can all spare this for your own Atma, okay? For getting rid of the Atma Bandhan, okay? So
Would you mind
now,
to repeat it one last time, please,
yeah,
Sonal?
okay. Om Sarva Shatru Nashaya Vidmahe Mahaviraya Dhimai Tanno Chanda Bhairav Prachodayat.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I would say that going forward, this year is going to be a little bit tricky. It is the number of the sun, 2026. And as you may have fathomed, it is a beginning of a new cycle. Okay, every 9 year the cycle changes, and I think and of course it's Surya. So Surya is full of heat and light and energy and all kinds of things. And so it is sort of like a spin-off or spill over from the Mars, which was 2025, which we can all agree was not the most, it was a very difficult year to say the least. Okay, do you all agree or no? I don't
It was
know, maybe
it
someone
was
can
quite
say I
boring,
had
I
an
would say.
excellent year.
No, so no, I would say it was boring year.
Yeah. It was a what? Boring.
Yeah.
Your Mangal Atmakarak, of course, you're going to say a boring year. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, so everyone's getting this, right? But it is going to be coming forward. We are going to do like a podcast with a friend of mine on Instagram on the 4th. Okay, the 4th, we'll go through some signs and we'll go through some prediction. But one thing I can assure you, the prediction for the 2026 early January is extremely tricky. Around the 10th of Jan, just be very careful. If you look at the lineup of this, let me switch to this my mode of let me switch quickly to the mode of this. And I was looking at it and I thought, oh my God,
There'll be a stellium in Danu, yeah.
sorry.
There'll be a stellium of grass in
Yes.
yeah.
Uh,
With the fire, yeah.
yeah. New. It's a new moon, new year. I had it somewhere. New year? No? Okay. New year. Okay.
Combus stellium in Danu.
Okay. So I wouldn't even say this. I would say I would go with the Ashtami. I think that is even more lethal than the previous. The 10th of January. Wow, look at this, everyone. Can you see this configuration?
No, we
Look at
see.
all the planets in the dual signs, the Dvishwabhava Rashis, okay? Just ignore the Lagna and everything for the
Could you please
moment.
share the screen,
So
Sonal?
I think
I don't see
it's you,
anything.
Sonal, on the screen.
Sorry. I beg your pardon. Yes. Give me a moment. No. Where did it go? Okay. Okay. So as you can see here, everyone, can you all see now? Yeah?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No.
There.
Yeah.
Now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, lovely. So as you can see here, guys, look at all the signs. Look at all this. Look at all this build up here.
Mm.
Okay, Shani, Jupiter, and the moon here. Look at how many planets. It's like forming a literal grand cross. It's going to be tough those few days. And it's an Ashtami on a Shani on a Saturday.
January 10th has always been a sensitive date for seismic activity, which I have tracked going back almost 15 years or more.
Absolutely. Natural disasters. I don't know. I'm not, it's not my focus about natural, especially earthquakes and all, I'm not, but I can see where this is heading. Floods, earthquakes. I wouldn't rule out anything, like I don't want to make. Look, the thing is, for India especially, it is tough because the Lagna Lord, okay, is Venus because it is India's Taurus Lagna. And look at Venus and Mangal. They are literally in a war. If you take the previous day, they are completely in the same degrees, you know. If you look at the previous day, um, they are, I think, yeah, the moon, sorry, the Venus, Mangal is 25, 49, and Venus is 27, 0. But if you take a couple of days before that, it is definitely, it's very tough, this configuration.
And they're all combust. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Surya is what, 26, and Mangal is 25, 49.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Look at that. It's like,
They're burning.
yeah, totally. It's like completely in combustion. That is a one big lethal thing going on here. Sun Mangal. And with a Graha and a Rashi Drishti from Saturn. Okay?
Yeah.
This does not bode well at all. Okay, there is a parivartana of Mercury and Jupiter. You know, maybe there will be some saving grace, hopefully. Jupiter and Jupiter is retrograde, so it's rushing to the rescue. But whoa, you know, it's tough. And the moon is involved too. So, yes, so there are many instances we will do throughout the year. It is dotted, you know, it is a little bit tricky, okay? But going forward, I think a lot of, you know, uh, see, Saturn in Pisces is like we all know about the global reset. Saturn in Pisces, and combined with the fact that Rahu is also aspecting that Saturn, and Rahu is in its own sign, but the Ketu here is much more powerful. Ketu in Leo. Again, we come back to Surya. It is all about the Surya. And what does Pisces have? What is the dosha Pisces has? Anyone?
Yes, Sun
Surya.
dosha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And it is the year of the sun. So, what do you think is going to happen? Can you trust your government? See, I don't want to. That is why, look, I don't want to be in, as it is, I have enough troubles. I don't want to keep saying about the world governments and lack of trust, but the writings on the wall. No government is currently working for the people.
Sure.
You know, you tell me one country whether they are totally happy with their government and they do not think they are being manipulated. You know,
Well, this is a topic I looked into
yeah,
for quite a while now. Even going back to 2019,
yeah,
uh, going into the age of Aquarius. And I had predicted back then that we're going to see the fall of all governments.
yeah,
And I think that's what we're leading into. When we look at what just happened across the skies with Three Eye Atlas,
yeah,
because Three Eye Atlas operates as an eclipse. It operates as a transit, like Venus transit Sun.
yeah,
And they act as a comet. You know, they always bring a change in the world order.
yeah,
And so, around March of next year, Triad Atlas will be aligning with Jupiter and then leaving the solar system going out to the Oort clouds. It started in October in alignment with Mars, and then came into alignment with the Earth
yeah,
at 2.4 astronomical units away. That's very, very far, millions of miles away.
yeah,
But it came in alignment with the Earth on December 19th. Um, and so I believe also it changed color from green to blue when it made helioperion with the sun, when it came closest to the sun. And that was quite shocking because it brings up the concept of the blue kachina, which the Opi Indians had predicted, the time of purification. So if all of these things come together, and I've written a paper on it, I can share the link in the comment,
Yeah.
for people who want more information. If all these things come together, I think we're going to see the fall of governments, the fall of the stock market, the fall of the financial global system. With silver just collapsed on Friday and hit new highs. So and the banks in the United States almost all collapsed on Friday. Almost all of them went. One have fallen, and the big ones escaped.
Yeah.
So we
So,
are going into a period of great uncertainty and
oh,
change.
100%. I mean, there is no doubt about that. And not just that, I think there is a lot to be said about the world governments where, and especially, and it is no coincidence, all this Epstein files coming out, and it's like we are literally reeling with the scale of this kind of children, missing children, murdering, consistent sort of organized murders of children and missing, and and who's underneath beneath that. Is it, in fact, I'm beginning to even wonder whether it is just some kind of out of um, beyond this earth entities who are manipulating the few handful of the top billionaires, CEOs and politicians on the planet, literally, and they will do.
That is very much the case. That's very much the
Yeah.
case. And that's
And
kind of well established in some literature.
yeah, and especially in the West, and I think given this thing, I'm not saying that India is beyond all this, but India would have probably also suffer in the upheaval times, because look at it, the Venus is combust. That is how it is started the new year. It is not the best of things. I have not yet seen the Chaitra Shukla Pratipat Chakra, which we will do in a few months' time. But I can tell you one thing, this year, and especially with AI, which is like an atom bomb in itself, where the code can just completely run away with itself, can literally, probably in the long term, do more harm than good. But I think that will be the human mind challenge for the human mind. How do we overcome all this? But anyway, more on this when we get there. But I can tell you one thing. Like I said, go back to the mantra that I've given, because it is about getting rid of the enemies. So that will help. So, and any kind of spiritual focus and sadhana 100% will give results. So that is the one thing I would recommend. Forget about everything else, because you have to, because I think on a completely global scale, I can feel people's anxiety. I can feel it in their energies. You can it's there, it's permeable, it's visceral. You can literally see it almost. If you're a little bit sensitive to energies, and even as a jyotishi who's kind of, because you're doing jyotish, there will be that extra amount of intuition and sensitivity regarding energies anyway. I think it is not surprising that we are in for a colossal, some kind of a crazy reset. But I think we will land up, we will be left with, let me put it this way, given the horror of what is possibly to come, we will be left with no choice but to look at our inner selves spiritually. That's all I can say.
Can I add something to it?
And to heal, and Todd, I'm just coming to that.
Sure.
And to heal ourselves as naturally as possible, because I think everything that we are consuming, from blue light to the gadgets, and our eyes that cannot take anything other than sunlight, like after dark, and people in closed rooms and with monitors and constant multiple devices, and it's a complete disaster. And so I think a good natural diet and spiritual stuff is probably, I think, the beginning of the only way out. Anyway, yeah, go on and then we will finish. Yeah. Okay, go on.
What,
Jot.
yeah, one of the things I wanted to mention, because I've been tracking this now for years.
Yeah.
Earth changes, earth changes. Earth changes are upon us, and I believe that Three-Eye Atlas is going to trigger earth changes. Now, earth change is quite different from climate change. Climate change is all man-made, it's all weather manipulation, geoengineering, and what have you.
Yeah.
But earth changes is where you have continental shifts and divides.
Yeah.
And this is quite significant. I'll just put it there. I'll put some information on it in the chat for
Okay.
those who want to know more.
Okay, lovely. So on Sunday, I'm away, but on Sunday we will have a class. Maybe we will also do like a whole prediction for various signs and things like that. But I will keep you posted. It will probably be on Instagram, and yeah. So we begin again. I will be there. May be a little difference, but I will try sticking with this time or maybe little bit earlier, okay? Just for a couple of weeks, okay? And we will continue, okay? So thank you very much. Have an absolutely fantastic 2026, and I think you have to really believe in yourself. It will boil down to self-belief, absolutely self-belief, no matter how much I don't want to use terrible language, how much mess you are in. I think self belief will be really the key. Okay? So, Happy New Year, guys.
Thank you, and we wish
Happy
you
New Year to everybody.
Yes.
Thank
And
you,
Happy New
Sonali.
Year, everyone.
Thank
yeah, you're
you.
welcome. And God
Yeah.
bless you all. Okay?
Thank you, Sonali.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Namaskar.
Bye-bye.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.